Alright everyone, welcome back. So it's now been officially 1 month since the launch of the global release of 76 Adult Adventure, and today I want to do a little bit of a count update to showcase how I went from 1G box CC all the way up towards 10G box CC in just a span of 1 month. But there are some massive disclaimers, and that is one, yes, it is free to play, but two is also because I've been playing the beta, and the beta released, at least in the UK, on June 4th, around that time basically. So I have now been playing the game for 4 months. However, just because I got to play the game 3 months earlier, it's not 3 months of what the game is like today, because we didn't have nearly as much events. Also, the game was much different, where once again you can go back and watch my actual like previous videos. I kind of did like a little update guide every single time they changed something, but we never had base defense, we never had the extra stages of Tower Trials, we never got any new characters. The box you see little reward system wasn't in the game. This does help out drastically as well. When you complete a lab summer dungeon, you get this demon chest, which once again wasn't in the beta. They got added during the beta basically. The extra stages, and probably the most important one, and that was the great legendary buffing, which is what I'm calling it. Essentially, once again, on the beta, kind of why I made a big point in my like launch beginner's guide and, you know, my tier list, saying, hey guys, you can do a lot with unique characters. You don't have to focus on legendaries. But now that they've released a lot of banners, people have been summoning, myself included, we're now starting to get legendaries duped out. And also for you lot as well, since you're now pulling a lot more, because once again on the beta, I only ever summoned for Barn. So for 3 months, I only did 1 rotation, 160,000 gems onto Barn. And then other than that, I never spent a single diamond anyone else's banner, because once again, they didn't release anything new. And I always knew when the global launch did happen, I would eventually get gold for Barn, Escanor, Merlin as well, right? So yeah, like I said, this is a screenshot of my box CC on the official global launch day. So how did I get 9G box CC in a span of 1 month free to play? Well, one, let me just talk about my free to play status a little bit. So technically speaking, in the true sense of it, I'm not technically free to play, because I have spent £5 on this game. Essentially during the beta, you know, one of the Hawk passes you get like early on, where like for the first like 2 weeks you can buy a pack. They've now buffed it up, where I got the nerf version. What was it? It was 12 copies of Ren, I believe it was, and 18,000 diamonds, because I think on the beta, people weren't able to spend money if you weren't in the UK. So no one knew if you could buy money on the game, so I wanted to test if I could actually buy or spend money in the game, and it did work. So yes, I have spent money. I've spent $5. I've gotten 18k gems. So technically speaking, I'm not free to play, but you know, getting 18k gems and 12 copies of Ren, you know, it doesn't make that much of a difference, right? And once again, I haven't even bought the ad removal pack yet. We're still going strong with those ads every single day. The amount of Temu ads I've gotten is generally insane. So the first big thing is the account combat class rewards. These are generally where you get a lot of progress in the game. By hitting a certain milestone, you are going to get a bunch of rewards, not only in terms of legendary characters, but also tickets, and more importantly, probably the energy. Getting that 1k energy generally does make a massive difference. And those extra copies of legendaries can give you a character you actually need to get them towards a new dupe level, and then you can actually probably do even more with the character. So yeah, honestly, the rewards from the combat class generally do help out quite a lot. But once again, during the beta, this wasn't there always. It kind of got added towards the end of the beta. So before that, there was no reason to push box CC other than maybe getting a few codex rewards, right? So because of that, I never actually bothered leveling up any of my heroes. So when the global launch came out and I really wanted to focus a little bit on box CC, I did start to level everyone up, which gave me a massive boost in box CC, where you can see like right now, obviously right now, because my stats are inflated because I've leveled up my tavern, I've done all that stuff. You can see, you know, one of these little rare characters can be like 50 million. So obviously me playing 3 months before you lot does make a massive difference, because, you know, your tavern level actually matters here. Your sacred treasure, doing your actual, you know, daily or your daily 2 runs. Once again, we just got a massive head start towards you lot. So when the time came around to actually invest into my box, you see, we jumped up massively because we leveled everyone up in my box. The next thing I started doing was the 1x multipliers. A lot of people during the beta, and they still ride with it right now, they say the 1x is the best way to spend your energy, because I think the logic is you just get more rewards. Like if I do right now, so I can do this, what, like 11 times? And when you do this, there's a chance you may not get jackpots, and there's a chance you may not even get any like gold, for example. I could do this and not get a single bit of gold, because I'm getting, let's say, the Barnes Delicacy, I'm getting tickets, I'm getting EXP, but I happen to not get any gold. Where I think if you do the 1x multiplier, you're more likely to get everything. And I think the idea is just a bit more consistent, where if you do the high multiplier ones, you're more likely not to get everything, and instead instead get more rewards maybe in tickets or maybe in gold, but you might not get that much EXP quests. So yeah, for me, I started doing the one-touch multiplier. It's been good. I don't mind it. You don't have to do it. Like, it's not going to make that much of a difference. I think the idea is it's just a bit more consistent. And if you have the time for it, you might as well. It's not the worst idea to do. Okay, so let me showcase my account a little bit. So we have, if you watch my summon videos, my Lockham Barn has been insane. I summoned him towards, what, a 6-star, right? Where he was full yellow. And I just kept putting him. Like, I got him towards 7-star very, very quickly. And even right now, I've never spent any of my tokens onto Barn or summoned extra on his banner. I literally got him to a 7-star, I think 1 extra copy of him. And then since then, I think I pulled Barn the most out of any character in the game. So I will say I'm very, very lucky for that, because Barn is the best character in the game. And to summon the best character in the game multiple times for free, because you keep getting him on the standard SSR banner, you keep getting him when you're summoning for other legendary characters, and I keep getting him on my actual guarantee SSR tickets. Like, if you look at him, if you look back in my tickets, you can see I get him almost the most here. And I still have a guarantee copy of him too, if I was to spend this actual selected ticket. So yeah, very, very lucky for Barn. He's carried me through all the content in the game, which is why I stress, if you get like a 6 or 7-star Barn early on, 6-star even, you can clear through everything in the game. Like, it does help out. It does generally matter quite a lot. And obviously Escanor just came out. I'm still waiting to see if I can pull more copies of him, but I will eventually take him towards 7-star so we can be comparable towards Barn. And then yeah, if you're wondering what team I've been using, this has kind of been my little go-to one a little bit. Like, support characters, Speed, King, Gopher, just like the best 3 supports in the game essentially. We now just got Draw towards 3-star, so I'm now starting to use him. However, gotta give some love towards Delgado. Delgado and Wilo are like the 2 best like unique tanks in the game. Like, they don't get enough credit, right? Like, generally I've cleared through so much content because of him, and obviously Wilo, which is just a free-to-play version of Draw and Deanne, and they still do wonders, man. Like, I can still use them. In fact, I think they still might even be better than my Draw, but Draw looks cool to use, so it's kind of why I've been using them. But yeah, really do love Arthur, getting that crit chance for your Barn. Once again, leading in towards Barn, with King giving the crit damage as well. And then I don't mind Gilvanda too much. Like, he gets you lower critical defense, so if you do crit, you're going to get more damage because the crit defense is so low. So yeah, really do like Gilvanda as well. For those wondering, because I never show it, I'm bad at it, but that's the ultimate order, if you're wondering. We'll say Garada carried me a lot in the early game for my healing character. She's still very, very good in terms of healing. Want to give some shout outs towards the blue characters. Mod and Atro once again carried me through so a lot of content, especially like the gold hero XP dungeon. I say that's the only bad thing, at least for you lot. I'd say that you didn't get to experience the unique meta in the beta where everyone was using uniques, and to be fair, you may have tried a little bit of them during the actual early launch, but they've given out so many legendaries now with the events, the box CC, with even releasing good banners where you actually want to summon. So yeah, for me, like Atra mod, like with the King buffs, they were just like absolute godsend characters. Really, really do love them. Deanne, I've actually really enjoyed, surprisingly. I thought she weren't gonna be that good because you don't really care about petrifying like PvP, and like petrifying a boss, it doesn't really matter too much. But I will say she's actually impressed me a lot, because she actually has a lot of use in the game right now. Like, obviously, you lot haven't done it yet, but I've kind of already done a guide going over this silver demon, but she's actually making me clear through this actual demon, because you can actually petrify this boss, so petrification actually does matter in this raid boss. She's been an absolute godsend, especially in some of the actual knighthood bosses too, and like some bosses going forward, like that petrify, since she's the only character alongside Hellbrum, but Hellbrum's kind of bad in the game. She's actually been very, very good. I know I do like Dee as a character, so yeah, really, really love using her. I wish she had a better skill too, because a lot of times you don't use healers, so her skill 2 doesn't even matter. And the heal she does, it doesn't matter. Galland, very lucky my Galland. had just come towards 4-star today on my guarantee ticket. Really, really do like, still probably one of the better DPS characters, and it's going to age really, really well, because yeah, he does get more crit chance with King with the crit damage. Once again, if we just get one more commandment, one more buffer to make him really, really good, he's going to shine. So Derry may not buff him up. I think she's kind of already been leaked to like be a buff character, very much like Galland with her combo star stuff. But I think Esterosa or Zeldris, if they haven't already been leaked, I don't know, but I assume one of them will probably buff up commandments. You'd think the leader of the 10 commandments, that being Zeldris, would buff up the actual commandments, but if he doesn't, then he might save that for Assault with Meteoris. Zenari, I really like using. She's actually really, really good because she is a blue character, so she does get buffed up by King by the extra attack, so your heals are generally going to be a lot higher because you have that extra attack. But Gloxinia, insanely broken. Like, I just spoke about, you know, Gil Thunder and why I like using him, because he gets that level 5 break, which lowers their critical defense by like 42%, where Gloxinia is doing that every 5 seconds on a skill 2, and also healing my team. Gloxinia is insane. And we have these characters down here, which, to be fair, a lot of them are kind of unusable because they are 2-star. Diane probably been an unusable one, but I have better characters to be using. But yeah, Grey Road, I kind of want to get duped out. Hauser as well. Henriksen actually has a use in the game now when the Naho bosses. Gelda's, like, I just don't like Gelda. I think she's a terrible healer. Zarchas, I want to get duped out as well. But now Escon in the game, I don't really care. Same for Gila. Like, these characters would have been good to get duped out early on to clear through the actual gold dungeon. Okay, and then in terms of, like, progress and at least where I am right now for, like, Tower Trials, we completed it. I did it before Escanor came out, but Escanor can now clear through it easy now, so it shouldn't really be a problem for most of you lot. The gold hero XP dungeon, I was very close to defeating it, but now Escanor being in the game, he clears through all of it. Like, this is the team I've been using. Is it the best team? Was I using that team? I thought I was using this one. Yeah, 40 weak characters, you don't mind it. Belly on being a little bit of a goat as well. But Escanor, once again, clear through all of it now. Really, really is a breeze. And then going towards PvP, we are currently the highest rank in the game. I can, if I push towards top 100, get towards Challenger, because I think you have to get towards Challenger to, you have to be top 100 to get Challenger, right? For the base defense, we have gone towards wave 99 on my first attempt with Escanor, so I'll probably have to get towards wave 100 once the reset happens, because I'm not going to bother playing it when I'll just do it on like Sunday basically. And then going over towards the Lab Summer dungeon, we have now completed the final one, so once they decide to update it even more, then we will get a new demon, so I can say I'm completely done with this silver demon. But honestly, I will say this has been one of the funnest bosses in the game to try and figure out how to play against, because the other ones generally didn't matter other than like, hey, Brick help him not to get stunned. But honestly, really like the fact that this basic hero is now good in the game, because he has got the immune to bind and leaning more towards Barn, trying to figure out all the best combos. And this is the team I decided to go for, where we just keep Barn alive. So we bring like double healers, we bring the crit defense lower, which is what I guess my Gil Thunder was doing when I was using him before. Getting the crit chance, we get some big crits of Barn, and obviously the big thing too is the Amp Petrifying. Like, that helped out so much, because you lower the critical resistance, so Barn follows up with the ultimate. There's a massive nuke on the ultimate to where he kills for it. I can probably do a run right now to show you lot, if I can do it. I know it's not always a guarantee 100% clear, right? But as long as you clear it once, you can just skip it. But yeah, like, the Amp Petrifies. I think she missed it there. But yeah, we got the double heals. I was using one healer, I think sometimes switching between Zeri and Gloxinia. But then because towards like stage 100 or stage 200, he just spams that move, right? Super annoying. So I was like, hey, you know what? My Barn keeps dying. Let me just keep on bringing some healers. But yeah, we're not going to clear through this one. It's like, it's all RNG where you get good rotations and get some big hits onto Barn. And we got close. We're level 812. My Sacred Treasure is Unique Plus, where we are level 14. This is probably like the biggest thing that gives you a massive load of CC that, unfortunately for you lot, you may not be able to clear through as fast as me, for example, because we got a 3-month head start. The Research Lab, I have now finished the progress, I think at least up until where they recently added a few weeks ago, where they've added more stages. And because of that, they've now added a new level pot. So like right now I got this one, the golden pot, right, where now I'm gonna be getting the golden one, which I think is but the big thing about this one is you get a massive stat buff, and that's why people are such higher in terms of actual you know, box EC, and also as well clearing through so much content, because you have a naturally 30% defense, HP, and attack, which is outrageous. And if you get to the next one, you get 60, 90, 120, 150 extra box CC, or just stats in general. Like, that is going to make you play through so much more content. Constellation, we are kind of almost done, which is surprising, because if you look at the Constellation on Grand Cross, it's something that you can probably never complete through the play. So when I saw the fact we were getting a Constellation, I thought it was going to be like a super pay to win, where, to be fair, the Sacred Treasure and everything like this, these are kind of pay to win a little bit if you add it all together. But this has been quite fun. You can't pay for it. The only way to get it is through base defense, and everyone gets it towards a free-to-play level, 25k per week, plus the extra you get for your daily rewards for getting a high score. So this actually been really, really fun. Really do love the Constellation. But I wonder, because people have already completed it probably, I'm not far off completing it, right? We only have like 2.5 more left. In terms of story mode, we are on 2837. I can clear through it. Like, you can see my team right now. We are breezing through it. It's just, I've been busy doing other things to where I haven't like actually had time to sit down and even auto it. I think it's because I'm trying to save the the missions for like a video, because I want to do like an Albion guide. If he's actually hard, I don't know yet. But yeah, normal has been a breeze. However, Nightmare though has been something different. So I've just defeated this boss, stage 2400, and it was kind of easy, especially with S1 been in the game. But then for some reason, the jump between stage 2400 2401 is insane. We're using the exact same team. I absolutely rinsed through him, and now we're struggling. I mean, maybe I can fix up my team a little bit, like, but look at the damage though. Like, we're not doing a lot. I mean, Eskel's doing all right because I think he might be type advantage. But I think it's because I need to get that HP bot where we get the extra attack and defense. I think once I get this in one day, we're going to definitely be able to clear through probably a lot more content in terms of Nightmare. So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. I think that is all we have to talk about here for today. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you made it towards the end, I guess right now what I will do, if you lot haven't actually known about this little feature, but you can get colored names on your game. Where you can see right now, my name is Beats in green. And if you look towards the high rankings, you can see a lot of people have all different color names now, and it's due to a little bug, which funny enough is in Grand Cross on the JP, but not the global side. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go to it yourself. But if you go towards this website, you can click whatever color you want to. Let's say if you want to get like let's go red, for example. You click this, you get this little code, hashtag FO. Was it FO1? And on the game, what you can do is go towards your name. If you put in this little code where you do the little open bracket, put your code in, do close bracket, it would then disappear. Anything you write afterwards would change your name towards the color. But because you can only have like 10 characters in the game, this does take up 5 characters, so you can't put a massive name. Like I can't do Beats PH because I'm missing one letter. But yeah, that's kind of cool. If you want to get a color name, make sure to do that. I want to make a video about it, but I'm not making a full like 8-minute video about how to change your name. It might be a YouTube short, to be fair. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video. Probably a bit of a long one. I've been sat for like 34 minutes now talking. I'll probably edit down to like 20 to 15. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.